Welcome back, you beautiful souls, to another video. This is James, also known as the Only Zerg. In this video, this is going to be a new what if. In this is going to be what if Deku was quirkless, but on top of that, what if Deku was female? So a little bit backstory. As some of you probably can see, that this is Carla Curry, or Curry Carla, depending on how you want to say her name. And she comes from an anime called King and Asura. Basically, since medieval times, like feudal Japan, business owners and stuff would hold these matches to determine debts. And I suggest if you go and watch the anime King and Asura, you would understand where this comes from. So that being said, let's get into this. So how I'm going to do this, what if, is Inko Midoriya is actually going to be a descendant of Carla. And Inko's father fought the head of the Curry family at the time to leave the family business. And those of you that have seen King and Asura know what that family business is. Basically what happened is one day he was saved by a woman, Inko's mother, and Inko's mother saved her dad with her telekinesis, and this caused the Curry gentleman to basically lighten up and get a softened heart. And over the years of him constantly seeing this, one day he approached the head of the family for a fight, basically a fight to leave the family. And something I'm going to add in, the Curry family, they don't mix, they're quirkless because they have that family trait of release where they can go above the 30% of the brain, of the block that's in their brain, of of the muscular strength and everything. And they have 27 different types of endorphins in their body, which gives them increased durability. Basically, if you were to stab them in the chest, they could recuperate from that at a almost superhuman level, from what I've read up on this. And so in this, Inko's father left the family, and so quirks in the Curry family traits, I'm gonna say, don't mix too well. So we get Inko. She's born with normal eyes, but she has genetic traits of the Curry family. So, pardon me. So, with Inko's childhood was pretty normal because she did have training from her father and everything, but she had a quirk and she had normal eyes. Unlike Carla's here, with the black, where the white of the eyes, it's black, and then the retinas, the irises, are white, which is a telltale sign of the family. It's a family trait, and Inko wasn't born with this trait. So Inko grew up with a normal childhood and everything, and then she later meets Sasashi, And they get married and they have a daughter. And I'm just going to switch at the U in Izuku with A, and we'll have Izuka Midoriya. And so Izuka has a normal childhood, and something Inko noticed is when Izuka turned 1, she started walking, and then about at the 18-month mark, Inko realized that her daughter has a natural talent for fighting. And so they take Izuka to like the doctors to see if she has like some kind of quirk or not or something. And it's not like it's deemed that she is quirkless. So Inko is a little like she has like Izuka has like the traits of someone that would be quirkless, but it isn't unheard of someone that has that joint, the extra joint in their toe, that developing a quirk. Basically, they are what would be called like first generation or something. Like in my breakout, what if? From time to time, there are people that are born with quirks that have that joint in their toe. So, that being said, we progress the story a few years. She's grown up with Katsuki because, like in canon, like in my other what ifs, Inko and Mitsuki are friends from when they were younger. And Katsuki, like, it still thinks he's better. Like his quirk comes in when he's like 4.5, and one day, Katsuki is bullying. Like this would make Izuka like 5-ish, like 5.5, and she like Katsuki, her and Katsuki have like kind of grown apart a little bit because Izuka like is deemed quirkless in this, and she really is quirkless. So they are at the playground, and Katsuki starts bullying like this one kid, and Izuka gets in between Katsuki and the little kid, and she's like, I won't forgive you if you keep doing this, Kachan. And Katsuki is like, what is a quirkless little girl like you gonna do? And right before Katsuki goes to like hit Izuka, her eyes change color to the way Carla's look. And this scares the ever-loving hell out of Katsuki, because he's like, Izuka, your quirk, your eyes changed. And Izuka like comes running home and everything, and she like by the time she gets home, her eyes like had changed back. And so like Izuka's like telling her mom, my quirk came in. And she's like, oh honey, like that's interesting. What is it? And so Izuka like explains, is like, well, I don't know what exactly it is, but Kachan said my eyes changed color. And Inko is like, well, what do you mean? And Izuka basically says, I don't know, like he said my eyes turned black and then my irises were white. And Inko immediately thinks like, oh god, I didn't want to like tell her this. And so they go to the quirk doctor, and eventually through some tests, Izuka's able to change her eyes back. Like her eyes are able to like change between like normal coloration and the tree family's like genetic traits of the black, like the white of her eyes are black, and then she has white irises. And they say, well, it's not a quirk, and because she doesn't have any powers or abilities, so she is quirkless. Though this is kind of strange. And then Inko pipes up, well, it could be she could have she might have a weird version of hexachromia. And the doctor is like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, my father has eyes like that, and he's quirkless. And so they're like, oh, so this is a family trait then. Well, that would kind of make sense. It could be like a weird version of hexachromia. And for those of you who don't know what hexachromia is, one eye can be one color and the other eye can be another. So that being said, Izuka's world had been destroyed because she thought she had a quirk, and in canon, Izuku, she is she wants to be a hero. She's hero fangirl, and then she's unlike Izuku, she's like, well, if I don't have a quirk, and the whole scene where Inko comes in, where Izuku asks, Mom, can I be a hero like him? And during this, Inko's like, I'm sorry, sweetie, but if you don't have a quirk, it would be very difficult for you to be a hero. But and so Izuka is distraught about this because she wants to be a hero. That's her dream. She wants to be a hero. She truly wants to be a hero. And a week goes by, and Izuka starts getting picked on more, and because people say, oh, you just have a weird eyes, that's nothing special. In the back of Katsuki's mind, he's like, but it's Izuka. If she's quirkless, I've got to train, I got to protect her. Because Katsuki does still think of Izuka as a friend. And later on, those feelings might change, they might not. I haven't really decided if I'm going to do a ship in this one or not. But Izuka, after the week, tells her mom that she'd been getting bullied in school because she doesn't really have a quirk and everything. And Inko's like, well, sweetie, how about this? Just tough it out, and this summer I'll take you to go see your grandpa, and he could probably help you out. And Izuka's like, really? Really, Mama? Really? And Inko's like, yes, sweetie. And in the back of Inko's mind, it's like, I should call Dad and explain the situation. And he shouldn't tell her about our family history. So that's the months go on, and people gradually start picking on Izuka more and more, with the exception of Katsuki. Because Katsuki has grown up with Izuka. They still are at that point where Katsuki hung out with Izuku, but was kind of gave him a rough time, but wasn't really bullying him like he was towards the start of the anime. So Izuka is people start picking on Izuka, and then Katsuki's like, that's enough. And Izuka's like, Kachan, I don't need your help, okay? And this kind of infuriates Katsuki a little bit more, and basically he's like, but, So, the Katsuki that we know and love is still going to be there, but not the same way. He's still going to be kind of a dick towards people. He's going to have those rough edges and everything, because he's still going to grow up thinking that he's the best. And so we cut to that summer vacation, and this is going to be the first time that Izuka meets her grandfather and her grandmother on her mom's side in person. Like, she's talked to them on the phone, she's gotten letters and stuff like that, but Inko has kind of told her dad that she doesn't want Izuka to grow up the way she did, like with all the training and stuff. And Inko's father, like, respects this because he did go against his family marrying Inko's mother. So he gets it. He gets it and everything. And he's like, well, Inko baby, if this is your decision, then I'll respect it. But if you ever need help, if stuff happens, you know you can contact me and I can get it dealt with. And Inko's like, Dad, I'm not gonna need that when Izuka was born. So they get on the train and Inko's like, sweetie, are you excited? And Izuka's just bouncing up and down. He's like, yeah, I finally get to meet Grandpa in person. He's so cool. Like, he told me like ways. He's like talked to me on the phone about like things that I can do to like help like strengthen my body, to where even if I don't have a quirk, I could possibly be like at least a really good police officer, you know? And Inko's like, oh sweetie, like she's starting to like second guess herself if this was a good idea or not. She like introduced her to her father, like in person. And when they get there, like there's a car waiting for them at the train station, and Izuka's like, Mommy, like I thought we were gonna get a cab. And Inko's thinking in the back of her head, like, damn it, Dad, I didn't want her to. Ugh. It's okay, sweetie. And the driver comes up and he's like, Madam Inko, well, your father sent me to pick you up. And Inko's like, that damn old man. Because Inko does have a little bit more of a straight. She's more like Mitsuki in this than her canon counterpart. She's like if you take Inko and canon and mix her personality with Mitsuki's personality, that's what Inko's like. She has her abrasive side, but she's still like a good-natured person. So that being said, we're going to skip to a couple of hours later. Inko arrives at her family's estate, and Izuka is like looking at this house, and she's like, Mama, what is all of this? Is this Grandpa and Grandma's house? And Inko's like, yes, sweetie, this is your grandpa and your grandma have money, and I didn't want to raise you this way. I wanted you to grow up in a normal life. And Izuka's like, I understand, Mama, but if we had all of this, why didn't you ever say anything? Why did you try to keep it secret? Is it because of Papa? And Inko's like, no, sweetie, it's not that. Me and your daddy are still on good terms. We still love each other. Because Hasashi has taken a lot of time overseas and is seldom comes home. So this has affected Izuka a little bit, thinking that her parents, like, she's kind of the fault. And Inko's like, and sweetie, it's not your fault. It's just Papa goes out into work to support our family. And then Izuka's like, but why? Like, what couldn't we? And Inko's like, Izuka, I didn't want you to be raised with a silver spoon in your mouth. Your father didn't come from money, and it did cause some things between me and your grandparents, but we've long since settled that. It's just I really liked your father, and he really loved me, and we decided that we shouldn't spoil you with everything, and to basically teach you the value of working hard. And so Izuka like says this, and like says, "Okay, Mama, but is it still okay if I meet Grandpa?" And Inko's like, "Yes, sweetie, that's the whole reason of us coming out here." And so all of a sudden, this large man comes walking out, and Izuka's like kind of like scared of this large man, and then the large man's like, "Is that my little Inko? You've gotten so big." "And is that little Uzu-chan? Oh my god, you're so adorable." And at this point, Izuka makes eye contact with this man, and Izuka's like, Mama, his eyes are like mine." "Well, when my eyes change, that is." And this raises Inko's father. How about this? How about this? We will name him Hisoka. That would be Inko's father's name, Hisoka. So, that being said, Hisoka's like, "Oh, you have eyes like me. That's interesting, but your eyes are normal." And Hisoka says, like, "That's kind of interesting. So your eyes are like mine." And Izuka's like, "Yeah," and she basically like turns her eyes to like the color, like the trademark of the Curry family eyes. And Hisoka's like, "That's kind of interesting. This has never happened in our family." And Inko's like, "Dad?" And Hisoka's like, Right, dear. I almost forgot about that. So why have you finally brought out here?" And Inko's like, "Well, Dad, can we talk in private?" And at this point, Inko's mother has come up, and Izuka's like, "Is that Grandma?" And Inko's like, "This is your grandma. This is my mom." And she's gonna, "Would you like to go spend some time with her while I talk with Grandpa?" And Izuka's like, yeah, definitely. So Izuka like goes with their grandmother, and Inko and Hisoka like have the talk. And Hisoka's like, "So you finally brought the little one here? Have you finally accepted your family history?" And Inko's like, "Dad, you know that's not why I'm here. She wants to be a hero, and she's quirkless, but maybe if she has training with the Curry, she has the Curry family training, she could at least be a police officer." And this makes Hisoka laugh, because Hisoka is not an innocent guy, because for those of you who have watched Kinkin Asura, the Curry family are a family of assassins, really well known in the underworld. So Hisoka does have blood on his hands, but he's reformed because of his wife, like falling in love with his wife and everything, and then later on having Inko. He's given up that life, and Hisoka's like, "Is that so? That would definitely make the old man pissed off if that happens." And Inko's like, "Dad, great grandpa's not gonna, great grandpa like said that you're no longer like a Curry family. That's why you took Mom's last name, right?" And he's like kind of laughs at this. "Yeah, that's right, baby girl. So you want me to train her?" And Inko's like, yeah, but I don't think, like, unlike me, she hasn't really had a training, but she did start walking when she was 1, and Izuka's like, oh, so she is so she does have curry blood in her. Kind of grinning, and Inko's like, yeah, Dad, and, like, she has shown, like, traits of the Curry family, and then I just kind of brushed them off as just, but then when her eyes changed color, I don't know. I think like she may have inherited your family traits and not Mom's from me, because Inko has some of the Curry family traits, but her quirk kind of overrides that, basically making her, like, pretty much normal, but making the Curry family traits, like, kind of passive recessive. So her procreating with Hasashi has somewhat altered the like Inko's father having her, like, the Curry family gene kind of mutated in an acts a weird way, and then it's even more prevalent with Izuka. So, like, over the conversation, Inko explains that she really wants to be a hero, and she really looks up to heroes, and she's going to, what you told me, she's probably going to start changing more drastically, and I don't want her going down, like, the old family business path. I want her to have her own future, like the future that you gave me, Dad. And Hisoka, like, says, well, you do know she's going to have to stay here for me to be able to train her. And Inko's like, yeah, I get that, but this summer, like, can you just train her a little bit, and then afterwards we'll let her decide if she wants to stay or not? And Hisoka's like, yes, sweetie, we can do that. We'll do that. So we cut to, like, later that afternoon, and Inko, Izuka, and Hisoka are sitting there, and Izuka's, like, kind of, like, sitting in Hisoka's lap, and Inko's like, sweetie, guess what? Papa is going to, like, train you, is going to, like, give you a little bit of training this summer, and I think you might like it. So over the summer, Izuka does do some training, and the first day it was a little rough, and she started crying, and then Hisoka, like, says sternly, he's like, well, if you're gonna cry like that, then you should give up. And that means, like, you're giving up on your dream of being a hero, right? And Izuka's like, never. I'm going to be a hero. And if I can't be a hero, I'm going to be the best police officer there is. And this makes Izuka laugh. And he's like, well, she sure, like, smile. And he's like, well, she sure does have the fire. She sure does have that Curry family spirit. And so, like, the day ends, and Izuka's like, it does have some scratches and stuff, and Inko's like, Dad, I thought you said we were going to take it easy. And he's like, Inko, you know that was easy. You went through worse when you were growing up. And Inko's like, yeah, you're probably losing your edge, right, old man? And he's like, Inko, not in front of the young one. And Izuka's kind of looking at this, not quite understanding it. So, like, the end of the summer comes, and Inko and Hisoka, like, talk to Izuka about, well, if you wanted to keep training, you can get even stronger than what you have. And Izuka's like, I really do I want to stay, but what about you, Mama? And Inko's like, well, sweetie, I would have to go back home because I have other things. but if you're here, I know you're safe because I know this old geezer basically grabbing like her father's like shoulder. He won't let any harm come to you, even if it's family. Right, Dad? And Hisoka's like, yes, sweetie, yes, I promise I won't let any harm come to her. And Izuka's like, well, in that case, are you sure it's okay I stay, Mama? And Inko's like, yes, sweetie, you can stay, and I think it'd be good to hang out with people that are kind of like you, you know? And Izuka's like they say, Inko and Izuka say their goodbyes, and Inko's like, sweetie, I will call you every day. We'll talk every day, or every other day. And when I have the time, I will come and visit. And Izuka's crying and everything. So her mom is basically leaving her there to be trained in the ways of the Curry family, with an emphasis, she really emphasized it with her father. Don't tell her about assassination. Train her, give her martial arts training, but don't make her a killer. And Hisoka's like, well, that's like, he's thinking, well, that's gonna be a little difficult if she's anything like me. And so this is where I'm going to end this video. I hope you guys enjoy this what if. Like and comment down below. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. But like and comment down below if you would like to see part 1 of this series. This was part 0, and I will see you beautiful souls in the next video.